Okay, program number 2 is a bi-weekly in-service. There are so much education that we're required to do as a nursing home. With every paycheck, I would try to do an in-service. So I don't care if it's life safety, I don't care if it's the codes, emergency codes, I don't care, I don't care if it's ergonomics, whatever we have to do. Every 2 weeks, I would set up a schedule that we're doing an in-service. And I would, the threat to the staff would kind of be, if we can't show up at 90% of these in-services, then we're going to take away direct deposit, because I remember when I handed out checks, people did not miss in-services. And we're legally obligated to get them done. So it's 15 or 20 minutes on payday that they should get this in-service. The regulations become more and more, and the education we have to do becomes more and more, and the policy and procedures become more and more as our clinical acuity becomes higher. So there's a lot more technical things we have to do, and especially with COVID, there's a lot more regulation in terms of infection control and how we're governing our building, from every standpoint, from housekeeping, from maintenance, from clinical, from dietary. So all those departments need to understand how they work together in these situations, whether they be emergencies or whether they be a clinical situation or whatever. So we got to get those in-services out, and I would do it every 2 weeks with paychecks. Like I said, if they weren't showing up, I think I would go back to paper checks. We can't conducively run a nursing home and have educated staff. Those in-services aren't a hassle for them; they're an investment in them, and it's important we sell it that way to our employees. They need to understand that we're investing in them knowing what to do, and it's important for the staff to know what to do. Residents and family members can sense when people feel unsure. And it's not the way we want our staff to feel. It's not the way we want our residents to feel. It's not the way we want our family members to feel. So everybody should know exactly what to do in every situation. And they can only know that by hearing it again and again and again. Your fire drills have to happen. Your life safety education has to happen. Your code education has to happen. So in those clinical situations, we need to educate every department on how to deal with those. So everybody knows what to do at all times in any situation. We have a bunch of competent people that are caring for people and able to protect people, and they're armed with the knowledge to do so. But we can't do that if we don't do bi-weekly in-services, because there's way too much knowledge now that has to be passed on. And some of it has to be repetitive. So we have to beat them over the head with education. We have to beat ourselves over the head with education.